You are listening to the Earplug Podcast Network, a Fanboys Inc. production.
If you're passionate for what you love and you're serious about it, when you see our cameras at the show, then we want to talk about it. Fair weather fans need not apply. We seek nerds that are true.
Hey, this is Jeremy Courtney and Lewis Perry here at TerrifiCon in Uncasville, Connecticut.
Yep.
And we're here with, oh my God, Benedict Samuel.
Mad Hatter.
Mad Hatter.
Wolves. Dude, he is on. He was on and is on.
Microphone in your face.
Will
so
you
if I
stop
do
it? He's
that-
an important guy here. Two of the most hottest shows on TV today, man.
Thank you.
My God, this must be awesome for you.
I mean, it's a lot of fun.
Mad Hatter.
I appreciate
I love
it.
I think what you did, like the whole character is just phenomenal to me. I'm kind of sad that story's kind of taking a back step right now. I'm hoping.
I see the look.
Yes, I'm hoping you'll be back around because Mad Hatter's like
Well, I hope
it's
so.
not a character that's used all the time too.
I think people get out of Arkham pretty easily these days,
they
right?
really do.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
They really do, and it's a lot of crazy stuff going on over
Oh
there.
man, it's unbelievable.
No, when your portrayal in Mad Hatter, did you read any comics? Did you have to watch the old '66 TV show with the Mad Hatter?
It all happened so quickly. One minute I was in Sydney, Australia. The next minute I was in the middle of Brooklyn, New York. You know, trying to figure out how I'm going to survive in the city, let alone the workload I had to do. But what I did find interesting was that the Mad Hatter is one of the older kind of traditional characters.
Very, yeah.
And I thought the history of that was something that supported me, I think. So I was really excited about that.
Production values, Walking Dead over Gotham. Which was the more easiest? Which was the more fun?
I mean, they're both so different. I think like the costumes certainly helped. The fact that I could be extremely dirty in The Walking Dead was crazy. I had this one experience where we shot super late, and of course the W man's covered in blood and muck and everything. And I went to sleep. I woke up, I was so tired, and in the morning I woke up and there's blood all on the sheets. It's dirty. I was like, oh my God, what the hell's going on? And I went to the bathroom. I was like, yeah, you just didn't have a shower last night because you were wrecked. And so I had to explain to the cleaners. I was like, nothing bad has happened in this hotel room. I just didn't have a shower after I got off set. So please excuse the mess.
Now, when you shoot the dead, are you? That was up in Canada. Do you shoot down in?
That was in Atlanta, just
Oh,
outside
Atlanta.
of Peach.
That was
Peachtree
Atlanta.
City.
How hot is it down there during this?
Oh man, it was muggy,
I
man.
was down there a little while ago. It was brutal.
It was muggy, but I mean, you have to kind of embrace it, otherwise you go insane, you know.
Well, I think it does
So,
well actually.
so I embraced it.
You know, you guys are surviving a zombie apocalypse.
yeah.
It's like,
Totally.
ah.
Oh, man. It was epic. It was epic.
All right, so what's next for you?
So I'm heading back to Australia to work on a project, which would be great to
You need
be back on home soil.
What do they call those people that help you and run around with your phone? Because I've never been to Australia.
Assistant.
A
Yes,
PA.
a personal assistant.
I-
I'm really good. I drive really good too.
Oh, I bet. See, I love driving, so
Oh.
I can't do it.
Yeah,
but
that wouldn't work for us.
but I appreciate. I'll be taking some job interviews a little later, perhaps.
I'll stop by.
All right, one last question and we'll let you go as you've got people. Do you collect anything? Do you collect comics? Do you collect toys? Or what do you collect? Do you collect anything?
I used to, back in the day, collect stamps.
Really?
Yeah, I used to be an avid
Wow,
stamp
what a
collector.
nerd.
What at a Comic-Con, we're calling somebody a nerd. Wow, what was your favorite stamp?
Well, I was often trying to find stamps that were super old. So I think I had a collection from like 1910 at one stage. But it's gone now. I don't know where they went, but that was my passion at one stage.
Where he's still cool. I mean, he's still cool.
Anyway,
I'm still collecting stamps. I'm still collecting.
It's all right.
Benedict, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bro, I appreciate it. Jeremy, say goodbye.
Thank you very much.
We're going to take a break and go hit the con floor. See ya.
Thanks, guys.
We are here with Violet Beane, better known as Jesse Quick, from one of the hottest shows on television, The Flash. Behave. Behave. Don't be afraid to hit him. Tell him to behave.
I'm not a violent person.
Oh, yeah, because
so
you are the second speedster that we had on the show. And when we have the other speedster on the show, he kind of gets out of hand.
But John loves me.
No, he doesn't. There's a
John
restraining
loves me.
order. Anyway, cons. What do you like about the cons? Do you like coming to cons?
Yeah, I love it. I love meeting all the fans, and I mean, you guys are the reason why our show is so
Us?
successful. You too,
Me, us too.
solely
We made the
are
Flash
the reason
successful.
why.
Jesse Quick, did you do any reading on the character? Did you read comics? Did you? I mean, what did you have to do?
Yeah, so when I auditioned, I actually didn't know who it was for. They gave me mock sides, mock character, everything.
Okay.
But once I got it, I found out it was Jesse Quick. And I went to the comic book store in my local city, Austin.
Nice.
And I told them that I was looking for anything on Jesse Quick, and they were like, "That's a very odd request. Like, why are you?" And then the guy looked at me, and he was like, "You know what? That just got cast on the TV show." And I was like, "Oh, did it? I didn't know."
You know what you should have said? You should have said. Oh my God.
Go out and say Jesse Quick gets announced to be on The Flash. People will rush out, try to find her first appearance, try to find her origin story, and then try to flip it if she becomes popular enough on the show, try to flip the comic book and make more money off of it.
See,
Should have said that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you could. See, if you watched our show like we watch your show, you would be able to know that. You would have been like, "What does Lewis and Jeremy do?" And you would have been like, oh, "Yes, that's what I would have done."
There we go. Should have done that. Sorry.
Okay, really quick, because you've got fans right here. Is there anything that you do collect that you don't have to collect? Obviously, you collect Jesse Quick stuff, but is there anything that you collect? And you could totally geek out because Benedict Samuel just said he collects stamps.
Okay. I collect recipes. I cook
Really?
all the time, yeah, and I change them up. And do you cook?
I do.
Oh my God.
Love cooking.
I love food. I love
Me
food more than
too.
anything.
I'm one of those people, I don't do recipes so much, but I'll just go into the fridge and start grabbing stuff out, and all of a sudden I've got this omelet with broccoli growing out of it and stuff. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I start with a recipe, but then it goes somewhere else after that. Yeah, it's good.
Anyway, Violet, thank you so much for being on Angry Geek Show, and keep on running. The show is awesome.
Hi, and we love him, we miss him.
No, don't tell John we said hi.
We love him and
Yeah,
miss
we
him.
do. And thank you for being the second speaker to be on the Angry Geek Show.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
I'm still in public access too. I just want to throw it out.
Really?
Yeah! Dude, I'm not a loser. I'm cool.
Hey, we're still here at TerrifiCon, but now we're with Echo Kellum from Arrow, Mr. Terrific at TerrifiCon. This is incredible, dude. What's going? You rocking a Batman sweatshirt?
Thank you, yes.
So, are you into comics? Do you read?
Yeah, I love comics.
No
As
way.
you know, this is my con. I started it 27 years ago.
You hear that, Mitch?
Mr. Terrific owns TerrifiCon. I own the word. Okay, I own it. But yeah, I've been in the comic books. This is one of my best friends since we were 9. We were always the nerds in school.
We're in Superman? Get him out of here, come on. Chuck, come here, Chuck.
Yeah, we got beat up.
They won't put you
just
on
telling
Arrow,
you
but
what
you can
it
be
is.
on the
What's
Angry
How
Geek
much
show.
we got beat
This
up
is
in
Chuck.
school for being nerds and reading comic
absolutely.
books and all that stuff like
All
that.
right, now, this
You
is...
did not get beat up.
Oh,
No, no way.
I was little.
Okay, wait a minute. Now, one of the reasons why we call ourselves the Angry Geeks is because people that used to pick
They used to beat us
on,
up and put us in lockers.
but now they're here with us in our world, and I was like, that makes us angry.
So you're angry about it because they're here.
Yes, kind
Really,
of.
I'm
No, not really.
Because I'm kind of I was here way before it was cool, and I'm like, ha, suckers.
Sure.
Pretty much. So you're a director too. What do you?
Yeah, I mean, I've mainly directed sketch videos. I did a pilot presentation for Universal last year, so it's something I'm definitely trying to get more into right now. I'm writing a screenplay that I hope to direct at the end of this season.
Good for you.
So we'll see.
All right,
Yeah.
what are you collecting? Because we got way sidetracked. What
Oh
are you
man,
collecting?
I collect tons of stuff. I mean, right now, if I'm being really honest,
Yeah, be honest.
my biggest collection is sneakers. Like I collect sneakers.
sneaker
Are you
I'm a
serious?
sneakerhead.
Yeah,
Wow.
I have a friend that does that. I don't understand it, but he doesn't understand my comic thing. So we watch each other. I see him buying.
I mean, because with
800,
comic books,
$900.
I use Comixology a lot for my comic books right now, and I just buy pretty much everything, like the whole Walking Dead series, also like that. You know, obviously, but it's it feels a little weird. Like I collect when it's just on this one tablet. I feel like collecting. I have to have boxes and stuff like this is my collection.
I collect.
If you have it,
hold on.
after we're done,
5 gigs right there.
Oh, after we're done, maybe I'll show you some pictures of my collection.
Okay, well.
When we bought our house, not we. No, it's a lie. It's a lie.
When you and your parents.
When my fiance and I bought our house, right? Yes.
That's wrong. Somebody got wrong.
When my fiance and I bought our
Right?
somebody dropped one of those things. Oh, dude. That's disgusting.
It has to be, dude. I know that smell. That's a stink.
Wow.
It has to be too.
Remember,
It's too strong.
Oh.
It's too strong, dude. Somebody dropped that.
Oh. Who did that?
only here
Well,
and
all
there.
right. Well, anyway, really quick, because your crowd.
What is life? What is life?
Worst interview ever. All right, Echo, thank you for being on. You get a crowd. We gotta let you go, dude. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, everybody, look at this.
Favorite.
Their favorite.
Take that, Dean Kane. Deal.
Mr. Terrific at TerrifiCon.
I own this gun.
See ya.
Hey, it's the Angrygeeks show, and we're back here at TerrifiCon 2017 in Uncasville, Connecticut at Mohegan Sun. Louis Perry, Jeremy Courtney, Amanda Therault, and Jeff Therault. Amazing Rocket Raccoon. Look at the detail, the mouth, as we see. She talks, everything. Lou, you're not a mime. We don't need the overacting.
No, I'm not a mime.
Oh no, Lou's not a mime. He's over there like.
He's like, what?
So, you helped. How many hours are we into this? I don't know if we can
Groot.
Actually, it took me a whole year.
A whole year.
Well, off and on. Off and on.
Now are we doing weekends? We staying home from school doing this?
Well, she works part-time,
Oh, okay.
so she is home most of the time working on little bits and pieces. I'm the one that does a lot of the technical work on it. So.
What's the most difficult part to put together?
Most difficult parts to put together.
The jaw.
Yeah.
The mechanism.
The jaw.
The movement for the jaw. The mechanism for it, actually was his idea to do it.
Really?
Yeah, we took like one of those sliders you put on your door with the chain. He split one in half and put it on the inside, so I have hinges, like a hinge system.
And then the little pin that slides up and down, that's what's actually on the jaw. So we're actually able to take the jaw in and off and on whenever we need to.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, you guys, you entered the cosplay contest, right?
Yep. Yes.
Really?
Yes,
We
I
know
did.
one of the judges, so.
Yeah.
Ruby, check this out. There you go. So, okay, you're good.
He actually told us that she's getting high marks for it. Yet,
Tyler.
yeah, she was tied for third. One of the three people they're having trouble with, and the person that won is store-bought stuff.
Oh, that's Angrygeeks disapproved right there. Jeremy, do you agree with that?
Because of contracts and stuff, I'm not allowed to state any comments on this at this point in time.
Angrygeeks disapproved. You know that. Look at Groot now. That's awesome. Now that is.
That's store-bought and just sewn on, so it.
Well, you know what? You are allowed. What is it? I think. Let me.
50% at least has to be store-bought. It can be 50%
Correct,
or modified.
That's what it was. I was trying to remember that. We just judged cosplay contests, and
How did
look
you
at
get
him.
the mouth to move exactly? Like,
We just talked about that. We just.
sorry.
Yeah, we did.
Know how, like, for your door, you have a thing attached to your door, and then then you have a little bolt on the chain that slides up and down. We took the part that slides up and down, we cut that in half. That's on the sides of the jaw, and then the other little piece is attached to the jaw itself on a piece going up, and then we're able to slide that on so the jaw can come on and off whenever we need to.
All right, I have a quick question for you. The eyeballs, do they hinder your vision? Because I know you have mesh here, but then you have the two eyeballs. Do you have to look around them, or how are you seeing?
Actually, I do have to look around them. I do have my peripheral vision and front vision. I can't see past that, my nose. I can't see past my snout, literally. I cannot see past my snout.
Wow. Jeremy, any other questions?
To play.
That's why if you see all around the eye, it's all mesh.
Yeah, that's what I
so
was
yeah,
wondering.
she's able to see around there, and we try to modify it so she has vision in different areas. But that's also why I'm on the front. I'm able to point down or to the sides if somebody wants a photo.
Jeremy, you want to finish this up?
Really, how hot? Like, how many breaks throughout the day? Let's say we're on an 8-hour day. How many breaks are you taking this off for? Like, is it breathable at all?
I have a small fan in the nose that
Okay.
keeps air blowing on me.
That's good for the head and stuff.
I can go for about maybe 3.5 hours, 4,
That's pretty
and
impressive.
take about a 2-hour break.
That's pretty impressive. That's a good amount of time to be walking around taking pictures for.
All right,
Now,
one last question.
Why
Rocket? Is
Why
it because
not?
of the movie popularity?
you don't like Rocket Raccoon?
No, because Rocket actually didn't become popular
Oh,
until the movie.
Well, he may not have been popular to you, but us real comic fans since Hulk 271.
That went up in value because of the movie. So why? So I'm saying, why Rocket?
Well, I've been a fan of his for years,
Good for you.
but the movie really brought more to the character,
Yep.
plus the cartoon. So, unknown one, this was my dream build. It is now a dream come true for me.
You achieved it. That is awesome. You got a little Optimus Prime wants to say hi, so we're gonna.
Make sure
What-
to check her out at Superwolf Cosplay at Gmail if you want to contact her, find out anything about the costume and stuff, guys. Angrygeeks, Mohegan Sun, 2017 TerrifiCon.
Welcome back to the Angry Geek Show. We're still here at TerrifiCon with the one and only Keith Giffen. Lobo, Larfleeze, the Justice League. Lobo again, because he's one of my favorite characters. Lobo again. Yeah, He-Man, that's your favorite character. You don't matter. You don't matter. Right now it's about me. I mean, it's about me right now and Keith. I mean, it's about Keith right now. You're...
I just realized I'm even in DC free publicity.
You are amazing. But I have to ask you, where did Lobo come from?
Anger. I was just pissed off at the whole heroes who kill thing. It came out of all these dark heroes. And I just wanted to do 4 issues of Lobo, make a statement about the genre, and walk away. And it backfired and became the poster boy of the genre. It was really meant to be 4 issues and then screw you and it's done. But it caught on. It caught on, and I've been appalled. I spent all
Really?
I wanted off of Lobo so bad. I did my 4 issues. I figured I did this as a protest.
So I shouldn't go in my bag and take out the issue?
Now I'm trapped. I'm trapped with this character, and I was trying to get off it. Every time I did a Lobo project, I hoped it was my last.
No, don't say that. Don't.
As a matter of fact, I was.
Oh my God, no, don't say that to me.
No, it was like Dick Giordano. I tried to explain to Dick when he said, want another Lobo, do Lobo's back. I said, I don't want to do Lobo. He goes, but it's successful. So I said, okay, fine. I will stay on Lobo until the day you censor me. And I said, Dick, I'm not going to do anything deliberate. I'm not going to curse or anything. I'm going to just do Lobo. And the day you censor me, I then have the option to leave the book. And we were cool for the first 3 issues. Then we came to the issue where we sent Lobo to heaven. And I think there was...
Spencer Beck, ladies and gentlemen.
I think there was a full-page shot where Lobo met Torquemada in the Inquisitors of Doom. That wasn't the original page. The original page was Combat Christ and the Howling Apostles. And Dick called me and said, okay, you're off.
Really?
No kidding.
I didn't want to do the monthly Lobo book. I couldn't do PG-13 Lobo.
The only thing that can make this a better interview is if you tell him you hate Aquaman too, and then we're.
I like Aquaman.
Thank you.
I did Aquaman with Kurt Swan, and and I got my say on the character. That's it. A couple of issues. I never want to do Aquaman again.
Okay.
Something like my turn.
Yes.
With something like He-Man, how much is it your own creative? Like you get to just run with it.
For the first Well, I stepped on after the first issue
Yeah.
by James Robinson, and for the first one, I was pretty much allowed to do what I want. And it was fun. Then the second one started off, it became a monthly book.
Yep.
And I started interfering with it a bit more, and it reached the point when I finally left, the interference and the, well, you have to do this, you have to do that, and the story should end this way got so
really?
bad that I literally, in the last issue, I had the guy from this He-Man, whatever company it was, or whatever company it was, the executive, I had his name put in the writing credits with mine, and I quit. And I didn't go back. I didn't go back.
Okay, now you had Legion of Superheroes, totally different from the Justice League. You took the Justice League and made it into it was hilarious. One of my favorite issues is the One Punch.
You know, that thing lives with me to this day, and I remember One Punch. We just did it because we had to get out of the sequence. We didn't know what to do. We had to get out of sequence, so I had Batman Belt Guy Gardner. It was just
Booster Gold, the entire One Punch, and he's laughing.
That was Kevin. That was Kevin. Kevin
Really?
draws all these reactions. The Blue Beetle was in his eye and stuff like that. All I said was, okay, we'll just have Batman slug him, and we can get on to the next scene. I never expected to be talking about it 30 years later.
Well, I mean, it's so funny because Batman was a straight character, straight. Now, John Jones, he was trying to be that way, but it didn't work. You had Beetle and Booster, which were basically us, and it was all brilliant.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'd love to be able to say, yes, we went out to make a humorous book. We went to break all kinds of barriers. We were just making our deadlines. We didn't think about it. It was just, the next issue's due, the next issue's due. And as we worked on it, we couldn't really take the characters that seriously. Because I don't think people should take characters who can fly seriously.
All right, one last thing, and we'll let you go, 'cause I know you have an appointment. Larfleeze. I didn't want to say that on television. Larfleeze.
The man's got things to do.
Larfleeze was an assignment that I don't know, he just came up, and Scott Collins was involved. I like Scott's artwork. And it was just an assignment. I didn't really go after Larfleeze. It came to me.
Really?
And we had fun with it. And again, I couldn't take it straight. And I wish I had a story to tell about. I saw some great story about how I wanted Larfleeze so bad. But no, he just showed up one day.
Sorry, Cody. My stepson is a huge Larfleeze fan.
It's like the cat that follows you home.
Okay.
You got to deal with it.
We're going to let you go. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure. I got some books for you to sign later, but I'll let you go have your cigarette.
Horrible Lobo.
And a Larfleeze. We got to go. We'll have more for TerrifiCon in a minute.
Take care.
Keep giving down.
Welcome to the Angry Geek Out Show. Jeremy Courtney, TerrifiCon. I'm Joshua Courtney, and this is Jeff Wilson.
Nelson.
You're not Wilson, you're Jeff Nelson.
Nelson.
Nelson. All right, anyways, Jeff Nelson here. He writes comic books.
I do.
So, Jeff, what do you write?
So I write a story called Sons of Yellowstone. I came up with the idea when I was in the hospital due to unfortunate circumstances. I mean, obviously no one's ever in the hospital due to fortunate circumstances.
No, not normally.
The TV in my room came on, and an episode of The Walking Dead was on. And
You know they charge you for that.
really, they do?
Yeah.
Oh well, I didn't get
That's part
you.
of your bill.
Oh well. Anyway, I was kind of fed up with the whole zombie fad, and I was just kind of like, can't someone write a post-apocalyptic story about something that could actually happen? So I started thinking about what are some scenarios that could happen, that could possibly end the world, that haven't really been touched upon in writing. So I thought, the eruption of the Yellowstone caldera, which is the world's largest supervolcano, it's actually underneath Yellowstone Park.
Oh, okay,
It's
Yellowstone.
underneath. Yeah,
I was there a few weeks ago. It didn't blow up.
Yeah, and when you think about it, it's kind of messed up that they bring all of the world's, all of the countries and endangered species and just place them above a giant powder keg.
Well, Actually, I think I do know what you're talking about because I think I watched one of those biographies or something about when the end of the world comes, where a lot of scientists think it'll actually start from would be that super volcano you were talking about underneath Yellowstone, and it would just rip apart the country.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
That's all right.
So
I'm with you so far.
So as a result, the caldera ejected a previously unknown substance called yellow mercury, and some people's bodies absorbed it, and it gave them powers. And those certain people are called the Sons of Yellowstone. They have glowing yellow eyes. They're very strong, very fast. Just have very enhanced attributes. Now my main character is Cedric. He's kind of based off like Dogen from Dark Tower and like Vash the Stampede and like all kinds of like very like Western-y type characters. He walks into a city that's very advanced considering that the apocalypse happened, and that's kind of the first kind of oddity. And then he walks into a bar, kind of like the story starts by walking into a bar.
Crazy saloon, hey, barkeep, give me a whiskey.
Yep, yeah, actually that's what. Yep. And he finds that Sons of Yellowstone aren't allowed in public in this city, and basically a gunfight ensues in the bar between him and the sheriff.
So even in a post-apocalyptic world, we're still dealing with people that have prejudice.
Yep. Even still.
Wonderful.
And he finds that Sons of Yellowstone aren't allowed in public, and he's got to hide from the law and all the while figure out why Sons of Yellowstone aren't allowed in public.
Okay.
So
Very cool.
It's kind of like an outlaw story, and you've got.
If somebody wants to pick this up, where are they going? Are they going Comixology? Are they hitting?
They're actually going on. I'm actually selling them on my Etsy store.
Oh, okay, cool.
Jane Ellison 5544. It's all good, man.
I was doing my movie magic and I knocked it all over. Ready? It's gonna pop up here when we put it on TV. I'm just ruining the world.
It's all good, man. I'm actually selling my remaining stock of printed comics. I was with a label previously called Hendrickers Press, but just because they're based in Kentucky and I'm in Connecticut, just kind of the distance was a bit difficult. So we parted very, 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 very amicably.
Oh, that's great.
And I kind of took some time off from it, and I'm just kind of getting back into it with this con. So I'm selling my remaining stock of printed comics here,
right.
and I'm going to be making a new stock very soon of printed comics.
Cool, very cool. All right, so once the stock comes in, check out his Etsy store. Sons of Yellowstone sounds amazing. Are you working on issue 2 now?
3.
3. Oh,
Yep.
fantastic.
Yep.
So 1 and 2 are out.
Yep.
Kickstarter?
Not yet. I'm probably gonna do one for issue 4.
Okay, cool.
Well,
hey, when you do the Kickstarter, we love helping out indies and spreading the word.
Awesome,
Hit
man.
us
Thank
up. We will more than happily go spread it everywhere throughout our page and everything to
Awesome,
help
man.
you get
Thank
it.
you, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, definitely. Jeremy Courtney.
Jeff Nelson.
Jeff Nelson, Angrygeeks show, Uncasville, Connecticut, TerrifiCon.
Calling all geeks! Like me, you probably have your comics safely displayed in your plastic baggies with those white backing boards. So like me, you probably have the dilemma of only seeing one side of the comic. I mean, don't you want to show off that awesome wraparound cover or that awesome sketch cover without having to pull it out of the bag? Well, our friends at Slab Pro have the solution just for you. The world's first invisible comic backboards. That's right, invisible! They're acid-free, archival quality, ultra-rigid, and only 40 millimeters thick. They're crystal clear and totally invisible. They provide ultimate protection for the front and back of your comics. They're superior to those flimsy acid paperboards, and they're available in both modern and Silver Age sizes. And if you're a listener of the Earplug Podcast Network, we have a special deal just for you. Slab Pro is now offering you, the listeners of this podcast and all of our other Earplug podcast shows, 20% off their invisible comic backboards. That's only $7.95 for 10 invisible comic backboards. And all you have to do to get 20% off is visit slab-pro.com/earplug. That's slab-pro.com/earplug. They're gonna give you X-ray vision!
This has been an Earplug Podcast presentation. found on earplugpodcast.com, iTunes, SoundCloud, and wherever your favorite podcasts are found.